I'm Austin Leak, and welcome to my shit show. Welcome back to the shit show, YouTube people. Got 2 more sleds. Shout out to Mike Dorsky for sacrificing the sale of his own sled to get 2 of these in my hands. Long story short, I had lined up a sale with Mike for his 96 XCR SP, which was in pretty immaculate shape. It was in good shape. And I just needed the motor out of it. And long story short, he ended up messaging me about 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago saying, hey, why don't you check this ad out, buy all 3, and you got 3 sleds. Well, they were 297 XCRs. They were in rough shape. They were cheap and only about 8 minutes from Mike's house. And he said, hey, if you want them, I'll go buy them, pick them up, and then I can, keep them outside wherever, I don't care, until you come get them. Well, just so happened that Eagle River Snowcross was coming up, and we went to talk to my wife and talk to a couple buddies or friends of ours, asked if they wanted to go with us. Sure thing. Next thing you know, we're in the truck, towing the trailer, going to get 2 sleds. So these are it. Mike met us at Eagle River. We got to watch some snowcross. They are pretty much piles of shit. I just bought them for the motor and the electrical. This one came with some clutches, but that one's got a secondary on it. It's an older one. Looks like it's been replaced. Water pump's missing off this one. That one's got a water pump. Like I said, I just needed the motors out of them. And I was all about having a 96. I mean, that 96 is back there. But after talking to Flannery, he just advised that I would want a 97. So I have 2 97 engines because the cranks there's more cranks around that are readily available. And then the 96s had a special seal. I think that was on the crank or something to do with the water pump. I'm not really sure. Flannery advised me to go the 97 route, so that's what I did. So today, I'm going to try to get both of these motors out of the sleds, and then I can do whatever I want with the rest of them. So if anybody sees anything or wants anything off of these, I'm more than willing to sell shit for really cheap because after looking at them, I think I might have paid a little bit more than what I wanted to pay for them. But eBay, wherever, you can't even buy a bare motor for what I paid for both of them. So yeah, shit's rusty. I mean, looks like someone tried picking it up by the steering post and didn't go so well. So I'm gonna get after it. Oh. What a pile of shit. Got the motor out of this sled, and you wouldn't believe the shit you find in sleds. Like my skidoo, when I tore it down. When I tore down my skidoo, I found a 1/2-inch wrench, and this one I haven't been able to make out the size of it yet. But it's pretty much junk, but free tools. Not really free, I paid for them, but so the motor's out, and yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I think I'm gonna pull this out of the garage, go get the other one, and see if I can get it out. Got POS sled number 2 in here from the pickup on the weekend, and this one has a lot more parts on it, so it's going to take me a little bit longer. When you buy a sled like this, you never know what you're truly going to dig into until you actually get it in your hands and you start tearing it apart. A lot of these are just an absolute mess. I would say that Polaris's fit and finish on this airbox area and all this other shit is pretty terrible. There's a lot going on under the hood in a little confined space, but this one's got clutches on it. Looks like it's got a newer Polaris belt on it. Carbs are still on it. It's gonna be a mess. I found with the last sled that the wiring harness was a real pain in the ass to get out, but I think I can get it. It's just work, I guess, so I'm gonna tear into it. So you think you want to go snowmobile racing? Well, you better prepare and get some motors lined up, because chances are you're going to go through 1 or 2 of them. You better buy a bunch of junk sleds so you can rip the motors out of them too. That's what we got going on. Junk fest. Motors are out. You saw the sleds in the back. Time to pretty much soak these motors down with WD and penetrating oil, and then let them sit for a week or 2 and just start tearing them apart. Everything's rusted real bad, so that's what I'm gonna do. Soak them down and then wait and tear them apart, see where we get, and have fun getting these the clutches off the crank. That'll be really joyous. So tune in. Until next time, later.